Perfect.
Yo, what up guys, welcome back to Patch.
Welcome back.
Yes, and today we're gonna be reviewing the glorious Model D-.
And so for just juxtaposition here, we've got the big black D on here, and then we've got the little white D on here. God damn it. And now these guys both run you $50. So
Ooh.
What's the difference, you ask yourself, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Exactly. So, I mean, the Model D was nice. It is an ergonomic shape, and obviously it's made for right-handed people. And they just got the big black D and made it into a smaller version for this white color that we got right here. So as far as the color goes, we got the matte white color on this D-, and obviously this is the matte black on the regular D. So if you guys do want to get it, we'll leave links in the description box. But let's get it started off with the shape. And the shape is pretty damn nice.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like the regular D was already pretty good, but it was just too large. Like in the hand, like I would find myself just being like, I kind of wish this was a smaller mouse.
Really?
And then we got like the Skull Mini, right? And that felt pretty good. So now I was just wondering what the D- was gonna feel like, and it feels nice. Like it instantly felt comfortable in my hand. It didn't really take any getting used to at all, as most mice do.
And obviously for an ergonomic shape, you will probably want to use a palm grip, you know, when you're gaming with this. Just browsing the web, this mouse is so comfortable. I love it, you know, versus like the MM711 or like the XM1, which have like a claw grip shape. Those just aren't as comfortable to browse the web on. But when you're just casually using your computer, the ergonomic shape is very, very comfortable. And obviously if you're gaming as well, it's actually not bad. So for me, I use a fingertip grip when I game, and it's actually very, very nice. You know, I don't really notice the I don't notice the ergonomic shape as much on the D-. I still notice how high that arch is though.
Yeah.
And the arch is not that much different from the regular D. It's only 2 millimeters lower than the regular D, which already has a crazy high arch.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing, because if you're gonna make the mouse smaller as far as length and width goes, you're gonna have to keep that arch really high if you want to keep it comfortable for palm grip users with with different hand sizes. So it just opens you up to a wider market, I feel like.
Yeah, and it definitely felt a lot better as far as palm gripping and also fingertip gripping on the D- compared to the actual regular D. As far as the dimensions on the D- go, the length of the mouse is 120 millimeters long and 61 millimeters wide. And then at the arch, the D- is 40 millimeters high. All right, moving on to the weight. Obviously, Glorious is known for making very, very lightweight mice. 61 grams is the advertised weight, and it feels like they kind of lied to us, man. I'm getting a reading of 64 grams. Maybe it's a little bit, has a little bit to do with the cord, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's just really the cord. I mean, within a couple grams margin of error, it's nothing noticeable, really.
Exactly, and the regular D, I believe, is a little bit heavier. It's 69 grams.
Nice.
Yes. Obviously, we all know this honeycomb design. It's here on top of the mouse and a little bit where the mouse 1 and 2 clicks are, and it's also on the bottom of the mouse. They don't really put any holes on the sides of the mouse though.
Interesting, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
It looks really sleek, and I really love this colorway where it's got like the black side buttons, the black scroll wheel, the black DPI button, and everything like that. It's really sick. As far as the skates go on there, you're rocking PTFE skates on here. They're rounded sort of just at the edges. They feel good, and they also give you extra skates in the box with it. So if you prefer the sort of longer strips on there, you can actually put those on there as well. If you prefer, just a nice little addition to come in the box with it.
As far as the mouse 1 and 2 buttons go, they're using Arm-on switches rated for 20 million clicks, and they feel like your regular Model O click.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've really just been honing their craft as far as this goes. Like originally the Model O, if you remember, their clicks were super mushy, and they had a lot of side wobble. There's really no side wobble on here at all. So the build quality has gone up significantly. And the clicks they feel really nice. They feel significantly less mushy than they did originally. And they feel like really good clicks.
They also have really nice like concave shapes. So it kind of hugs your fingers when you rest your hand on top of the mouse. As far as the side buttons go, they're okay. I would say there is a lot of pre-travel so you're not gonna accidentally press the buttons, which is good. But I feel like it has a little bit too much pre-travel for my taste.
Yeah, I would like a little bit less pre-travel on there, because I don't think, even if there was like no pre-travel at all and the actuation force was very low, I still think that because there's so much space between your thumb, unless you've got like some sausage fingers, between your thumb and the buttons, there's really no way you would accidentally press that. It has to be intentional.
Yeah, look at how high these buttons are.
Yeah, they're high up there. So you gotta move your thumb up to press them, which I like. I don't mind that at all.
Exactly.
Not a bad thing.
And as far as the scroll wheel goes, they're okay. They're not the most tactile steps that I've ever felt, but they're a little bit more on the mushier side. They kind of like glide over the steps a little bit, but they're definitely not bad.
That's the one thing I feel like Glorious has always had, is like this really kind of muddy sort of feeling scroll wheel. I feel like they gotta do a little bit better on the scroll wheels there.
Yeah.
It's the one room for improvement, and I mean it's so minor as well. This is like not a huge deal at all, but if they're looking for somewhere to improve, that would be where I would start, to be honest. That, and then the sensor, which this guy is rocking at 3360, move it up to a 3389 maybe, but still feels good, very responsive.
Exactly. Of course, you have a DPI button here on top, and there is a DPI LED indicator, so you know what DPI you're on.
We like that.
All right, as far as the cord goes, they're using their Ascended cord, which they've always been using on their Model O minus D, and now the D minus. So now we're just waiting for a wireless mouse. Ooh, that would be kind of sick.
Model I? That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, so the Ascended cord, you guys already know, you're really never gonna feel it unless it actually like snags on something. So it's a great cord. All right, and as far as the RGB goes, the D minus has their patented, I guess, RGB strips here on the side and also on the scroll wheel. And on this white color, it's actually really cool because it reflects the RGB very well, and it kind of shines through like the honeycomb structure here in the middle of the mouse as well.
Yeah, it looks really good on there.
Dope. Yeah. Versus like the black one, black obviously absorbs color and it doesn't shine the RGB as much. So this white color definitely does that very well.
Yeah, and that's one thing I would note. If you're really concerned about getting the white one because you're worried about it getting dirty or anything like that, I mean, we've been using this thing really heavily over the past week or so, I want to say, and this, I mean, there's no dirt on there. I can't see a fingerprint at all. It still looks great. So I would say if that's your concern, definitely don't worry about it. Just get the white color. It looks awesome.
And also the build quality is great. There's no problems. There's no issues with there's no issues with creaking or anything in the actual chassis, and there's also no side button wobble like Lucas mentioned. So yeah, Glorious makes great products.
Yeah, they've really honed their craft, and they're really showing their mastery with this one, I feel like. And it really performs. It performs well. It took really no getting used to on this guy. It just felt natural to use.
Yes. So one thing I would change though is the cord though, as far as like the color goes. I would have liked to see a white cord.
White cord would have been cool. But they do have the cord replacements on their website, of course, so if you want to get another cable for it, you can replace it via their website. They sell them in all different color iterations. So as far as the software goes, it's optional. You don't actually need it. You can change the RGB as well as the DPI without the software. However, if you want to change your DPI to something more precise, or maybe you want to rebind some of the buttons, they have their software downloadable on their website. It works really well. It's functional, but you don't need it if you don't want it. So that's a plus.
Yes. So yeah, wrapping things up, I mean, the D minus definitely feels a lot better for me personally because I have a smaller size hand, or I guess a medium size hand, and it just fits my hand a little bit better than the actual like the big D. And as far as palm grip, I mean, from the D to the D minus, there's really no difference, or as far as comfortability for me goes. So they're both very nice for me for palm grip. And as far as fingertip grip goes, and then when I'm gaming, the D minus just feels a lot better.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's like you can tell there's like a big change as far as the size goes, but it's still just as comfortable. And even with my larger hands, I can still palm grip this very comfortably and fingertip it comfortably as well. Obviously, with the Model D, if you had medium or smaller hands, you wouldn't really want to fingertip this because it's just sort of too large. It would just push against the back and you'd be better off claw gripping it. But with my hands, I could fingertip this one, or I could fingertip the D minus, and I really didn't have a problem with it. So in my personal view, I think the D minus is an improvement over the D.
Exactly. So that about concludes our review. Again, if you guys want to get either of these mice, we'll leave links below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.